Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Well, I am on StreamYard right about now and testing out. Don't mind the mess, everybody. Please don't mind the mess. Been cleaning my room and I'm doing everything last minute, and I just didn't want to even. I just threw everything on my bed right about now. So to get it off my computer, off my computer desk, so I could get things situated. I just did a video on the unboxing for this webcam. It is the 1080p full HD webcam. So I'm only doing a quick little test to see how it sounds, find out the clarity of it, and like I said, don't mind the mess on the bed. I gotta clean it. Right now, the webcam is on my 227-inch monitors. It's sitting on there perfectly and really nice. It's a little too high, so I might have to get like a stand for it, and so it could be pretty much eye level with me. Too high, so I might have to get like a What is going on, Frankie? How's it look and sound, brother? Yeah, it's HD. It's wow, it is actually clear. 1080p full HD webcam. So I am, hey Joe, hey J3, what's up, brother? Natalia, I love you. Sounds great too. Okay, that's cool. I was just gonna ask Frankie that as well. Oh, nice. Before bed, I hear that. I just did I actually started creating a video for this, so that's coming. And actually tomorrow, my my ring will be here tomorrow, and then I'll be doing an unboxing for that, and then when I get the little monitor, I'll be doing an unboxing for that. And I still have to check out a modem, because I don't want to spend renting fees for a modem. All right, brother. Good night. Talk to you tomorrow. Hit you up, whatever. So don't mind the mess on the bed or even behind it. Getting things all. It is clear, really? Oh yeah, it is. Man, that thing is. Wow, that thing is clear. I'm actually, hey, Lone Wolf, what's up, brother? How you doing? We got 5 people in here. This is just a testing, if you could really say, a testing on this particular item that I just got. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'll paste my link And if you want to join, you could join real fast. Like I said, it's only going to be, 5 or 10 minutes later, you know, 5 or 10 minutes long. So you can see, and I could kind of figure out how it sounds or whatever. Hey, live it up. What's up, brother? Yeah, actually, live it up. Actually, the monitors are on a mount, so it's a little bit higher up, and I got my new webcam on top of the monitor. It's sitting right on top of the monitor, so it's perfect. But I'm gonna get the there's a underneath. I could put it on a smaller tripod and put it right in front of me. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So you'll be seeing right at me. What's going on, J3?
Hey, not a whole lot there, brother.
All right. Actually, I just turned up my volume on my speakers. I was like, wait a minute. I don't hear myself or I don't hear nobody. Hey, Sess. How you doing? Don't mind the mess on the bed. I am literally just testing this new webcam out. And it's hella good. It's really good.
It looks good. Sounds good.
Look at that. Look how clear that is. Even
Hello
with me
out there,
shaking. Thank you for the shout out. Thank you. Oh yeah, it is. It's actually really clear. And on top of it, J3, I kid you not, I hurried up, installed this webcam, and all of a sudden, Lone Wolf, and all of a sudden I got the email for the LED lights. What's going on, brother?
What's happening, man? Man, you trying to make that look like a studio, man. What's up with that?
Yo, I'm trying to
look all professional.
Yes, I am really trying to do it.
I see how you are. Gonna try and blow up your channel, get all big, and forget about us little people. I say,
nah, I wouldn't. That's the one thing I would never do to my peoples.
Jay, I'm just playing with you, man.
Yeah, I know. That's one thing about me I would never do. Even when I got monetized, I was the same person.
Yeah.
I won't change for, I won't change for the internet.
Hey, Jay, occasionally you'll see me change my voice because I like being a comedian, so people will watch the live more. So I'm actually, there's a purpose to my madness. So any lives I come on, I try to listen to the flow of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to mess up the flow of the conversation.
Oh, no, you're good.
But to bring up a little excitement.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I'll try to bring up a little excitement in the live. I don't want to disrupt the live conversation, but I just like keeping people watching, having fun down in the comments below. And man, this one girl from Texas, she called me out. She said, man, you haven't been here in a while in my live. But she works hard. I can't remember her name offhand. But she's more because she lives in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So she does her live at a different time than the Filipino group does over in the Philippines.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Man, I remember now. At ATE at Grace.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh my God,
I saw it.
She's even she got a special white chair she sits in. Occasionally you have to see her stand up because she's trying to stretch her back out. Man, that girl hustles. She's hustling.
There's a few people that I'm like, they could get some views. I know one of my subscribers, like literally gets like 1,000 subscribers a week.
Wow.
And I'm like,
what kind of channel is it?
It's a really basic channel, like really laid back, a little exercising, a little dancing, right. Nothing too crazy, but
Yeah.
Um,
See, my channel can't relate to the booty shaking channels because a brother I'm making campfires, I'm doing tents, and then a young sister break out and do a dance. I'm busting my ass. I mean,
I
I'm
know,
doing travel vlogs. I'm
I
like,
know, I
shit.
know.
I mean, I'm doing like ocean capturing, and then someone
But
does
see,
a
that's
little bit
good
of
though.
booty shaking, or you know, and
Yeah,
then I'm,
it's bad.
oh,
That's
and
why I
and
don't
I'm
really go
busting
to
my
those
ass making
channels, so I
videos.
don't get myself in trouble.
Yeah, I'm like,
So I
Jesus
don't get
Christ.
myself in trouble. You know.
Well, check this out. I got 1,000 people on my Instagram, like 1,600.
Nice.
But I do Instagram mainly because I like to throw up my any photos I capture in some of my videos. I'll throw up on my Instagram.
Hmm.
Same thing with Instagram, man. I mean, the scantily clad girls end up getting like 16, 15 million.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, shit.
yeah. You'll be surprised. You'll
Yeah.
be very surprised.
I mean,
You know,
you talk about sex selling. I mean, I
that's what
feel
they
like
do.
I feel like I'm missing if I brought. Of course, I ain't got money for this, but maybe I could bring in a bushcraft girl that looks really hot, and then stops me in the middle of my fire making. Hold on, no, well, let me get
Listen,
down
you
there.
would probably get like a
I
million
tell you what,
views.
my subscribers. Of course,
You'll
I'm
get
gonna
like a
get bored
million
because
subscribers within
my
about
wife
20
kicks my
minutes.
ass to the curb. My wife be like, "Who's this?" Hey, baby, this is
You
for
would,
the channel. This is,
yeah, you would definitely have to keep that going then.
And you know what gave me that idea? I mean, I won't do it, but my channel probably could really blow up. What is it? It's called Home Improvement.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what gave me that idea. But
Actually, that's good. A good thing as well. Hey, Pacific Permaculture. What's up, brother?
but the cool thing is, I see other cats like the outdoor gear review. He doesn't have none of that on his channel. I mean, he's grown really big, but he's been doing it longer than I have. The guy that's got a big channel.
It takes, it's a lot of work and it takes time, and what's he say? Hold on. Jay Zerding can, or will you drop his link? I can't find him. Oh, Lone Wolf. That's who you talking about? Live it up.
Cool.
If anything, what I'll do is on after this live is over, I'll drop his link, or you could just type it the exact same way it is right there, and
I appreciate you checking out my channel. Anybody that comments down on any below my videos, of course, I'm going to click your profile and then check out your channel as well.
That's, yeah, definitely. That's one thing about my channel. It hasn't been running for a while, and for actually almost like really give or take almost 3 months, 3 to 4 months of really not doing lives because of I had family passing away.
Right.
So within 3 months, I had 3 family members pass away, plus 2 friends. So
Oh, wow. Sorry.
I was just like, you know what? I just don't want to be bothered or even
My
just,
mom passed away this past July.
oh man.
But here's the wild thing. Starting when that year first started,
Mm-hmm.
started taking her lunch and dinners, mainly because she couldn't drive anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I recorded her in some of my videos and put them on my YouTube channel, not thinking I would appreciate those now that I record her those lunches and dinners with.
Yeah.
So
it's true. At first it was my mom's younger brother, my uncle. Then when I went to go meet Joe and Jassy down in Georgia, right before, like a few days before that, me heading down to Georgia, my aunt on my father's side passed away. One of his sisters passed away.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden, when I was in Georgia, my two friends passed away. When I came back from Georgia, within not even a week later, then it was like my uncle.
Wow.
I mean, no, then it was my grandmother. Sorry. Then it was my grandmother. So November 30th was my grandmother that just passed.
Wow.
My grandmother was 94 years old, so she lived her life.
I had a buddy of mine who passed away in 2017, but I like what I said to him the week before he passed away in 2017. We chilled out for a couple of days, and he's working in his garden, right? And we bring up a friend of ours that we miss who's passed away also.
Mm-hmm.
And I love what I said to him. He's working really hard in his garden. I said, you know what, Paul? I said, when you go one of these days, and what's funny is he was worried about living without his mom if his mom were to ever go, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, dude, I tell you what, man, not thinking it was going to be at the end of the week that he was going to be gone. This is what I said to him. I said, hey, dude, man, I don't care how many new friends I make, it'll never replace you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad I said that to him when he was here. So all I can tell the people watching this live, your friends and family, tell them right now everything that you know, or anytime you're in conversation with them, let them know why they're here with you.
Yeah.
How much you love them and care for them, and that goes for both friends and family.
Yeah. I mean, I've met a lot of great people on here, and trust me, they keep me insane. You know, like Joe and Jassy down in Georgia,
Cool.
Even Pacific, our Mindoro Journey, Joe and Jenny Journey, Jeb Jam Raw, Wallace Life. You know, like who else? Then there's Shooting Star.
Cool.
Like, you know, we have like a brotherhood right there. Cool. And then me meeting you, so it was like, you know, oh, there's Wallace Life right there.
Cool.
So, you know what I mean? Like, it's I just have, you know, a group of people that I really call my brothers.
Cool.
And you know, I text them and give it a day, and they'll be texting me, or right then and there, if they're not busy, they'll be answering that phone like it's nothing.
Cool.
You know,
that's cool.
You know, so, and I'm telling you, like, I'm just hanging in, and I was actually gonna do a live earlier today because it's already 10:47 p.m. and I was gonna do a live earlier today, and then I had to go to the doctors, and I was stressed out about that. So thank God I am only type 2 diabetic. So knocked on wood, because man, I was so scared of being type 1. And
yeah, we get those scares as guys from time to time.
Man, I'm telling you.
In general, you know.
Yeah. Hey, live it up, man. Sorry for your loss, brother. Trust me, I know.
But you know, that's life, man. I mean, I'm not a Buddhist, but I like this one story that was told. This lady came to the Buddha and was really upset that she lost a close family member.
Mm-hmm.
So the Buddha asked her to go to each house and try and collect something from someone who hadn't lost anybody, right? So by the time the girl goes all around the village, she realized what the Buddha was teaching her, which was everyone had lost someone close to them. So she didn't come back with anything because everybody had lost somebody.
When my grandmother had her jewelry box and stuff.
Cool.
And the funny thing, my mom was going through the jewelry box, and she hands me this, right?
Cool.
It's like knitted little Christmas bells.
Cool.
For Christmas. And I tell you, all of a sudden my mom goes, Jay, this is from you when you were only 2 years old.
Oh.
And it was in my grandmother's, little jewelry box. And I was looking at, I was like, and all of a sudden, I smell it, and I could smell her. So it was like, ah.
That's
So now it's always near my computer. Like now it's always, you know what I mean? Doesn't go anywhere.
And she probably threw it there to think about you all the time.
Yeah. So
So now you're
from
doing
two
the favor.
years old,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
You're returning the favor now, thinking about her.
Yeah.
That's
I always think like I'm my grandmother's favorite, so
cool.
I rub that in my cousins' faces a little bit so they know. It's great.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I've met a lot of really cool people here as well. And just to name a few, if I forget to name off some, I'm sure they're part of the group. But Blessed Life, Song for Anna, who else? RS, Brett,
Yeah.
and Deborah. Deborah's
Mhm.
kind of new though. That's Brett's girl.
Yeah.
And then who else?
There's a whole lot.
Yeah. But anyways, what I appreciate about that group, I mean, yes, they're about growing their channels, but they're also becoming really close friends with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And Hong Kong Explorer, and then the O Show.
Okay.
So they're
Yeah, I just saw him yesterday, the O show.
yeah. So that's what I dig about them. I mean, it's important for them to grow their channels, but at the same time, they ask how each other's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's how this channel is.
yeah.
Like you could come here and there'll be so many people showing you love, and we always have a good time. It could be, like right now it's only 6 people, but
Right.
honestly, with those 6 people, it could be 15 people and you still have fun.
Oh
you
yeah.
know? And we wouldn't even care if there was only the 6 people, because then
Oh right.
we're still having fun.
Oh my God, man. Brett, man, just a knowledgeable cat on all kinds of topics.
Yeah.
But then he turns around and does live streams. Some of them can be 6 hours, 7,
10 hours.
Oh.
10 hours. I was on the one not too long ago, and he did the 10 hours, and I actually stayed there for at least half of it.
Wow.
So 5 hours,
Now, the cool thing about that's cool for me because I'm not able to hit everyone's live. So it's kind of good that someone does something that long so I can at least say, come in eventually. Either at the start, the middle, or the very end. So
live it up, man. You're my brother. What are you talking about? You're one of my brothers, so I don't know what you're talking about. Live it up is actually, go check out his channel. It's he sees like crazy stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, where is he going?
Really crazy stuff.
It's like he'll go to like cemeteries or like abandoned buildings and stuff. It's awesome. It's really, I like seeing stuff like that.
Lately, I've subscribed to some really cool new channels that I don't think I would have known about had I not started participating in these live streams. I'm seeing, some pretty cool small channels.
Yeah.
I'm like one person, when they came and looked at my channel, they were like, how are you not at 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers already? Because they saw the content was good. So, I guess all I can say to that is, there were some periods where I wasn't posting daily. And I think how some channels grow, they at least promise a video, on point.
Yeah.
But also I work during the day too. But that's not an excuse, man, because these other people,
it's hard.
They find a way to squeeze in a video. They find a way to still do it.
I was working, I was doing, full-time job and then coming home, jumping right on to do a live for 2-3 hours, and I was doing that every single day. If I wasn't doing it every single day, I'd have to make up one. And then like when I finally got to almost 1,000, I pushed it really, really hard to where I was trying to do 2 videos a day.
Wow.
On the weekends. So you'll be surprised. You'll be really surprised on the people you meet, and like I said, the people that are in here right now, they're great channels, great people, very laid back, no drama, and I can't ask for nothing better than them, especially.
The
You know.
crazy thing is I started in 2017,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought about it for 4 years before I started my channel. In 2017 rolled
Sounds
around,
about right about me
right?
too.
But I mean, 2017 rolled around and said, "Well, screw it. If I ain't gonna do it, let's do it." So I hit that record and just started doing it. But what's funny is my family started seeing me taking my camera, everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, but see, they don't like being in it too much. So, but I wanted people to realize I have a family, so I would sprinkle them a little bit in it. But some YouTubers have that to deal with. Their family almost can become jealous of their camera.
You'll be.
Yeah.
Hey, Wallace Life, take care, brother. I'll text you. Actually, I'll text you tomorrow, and then you can tell me what you think about the webcam, because Wallace Life is good for that. But I mean, I'm looking at my laptop and it's clear. It's like
Your lighting reminds me of the Osho's lighting a little bit.
right now, my room is like a bombshell. Oh my God.
Well, the way you got it lit made me thought you had a little studio in there.
Yeah, I know. Actually,
it's given the studio effect.
Why is my light still on?
But it made me think you were sitting in a studio, the way you have it lit up there.
Actually, I got my LEDs. I don't know how it's working, but I got my LEDs on. I don't know how it's on for some odd reason.
Right.
But got my LEDs for my like I said, everybody don't mind the mess. I could.
Oh, that's cool. That makes it feel studio like.
Yeah. So I've been
got that studio vibe going on.
Yeah. So like I said, I've been kind of really busy doing little projects. Just doing it. You got to, you got to keep yourself busy and occupied, and that's what I've been doing. So
the cool thing is, since people are from all different places, when someone does do a video,
mm-hmm.
it'll look different, because a lot of people love clicking on all kinds of different places. I don't care where you're doing a video at. There's going to be an audience out there somewhere for it, and you go, oh wow, let me check out that place. Boom.
Yeah, I mean, like, this was like a real last minute thing, because I was gonna go to bed early. And when did I shave my head? Oh man, I shaved my beard like a few days ago. Now look at it; it's already starting to grow back in.
Yeah, I saw you. Anyways, I saw your little live. It was black. I said, hey, because I was looking to see who was up and doing a live.
Uh-huh.
I was going past all the Filipino channels. When I was like, whoa, I know that dude. Let me click on that dude. Check out what he's doing. And then as soon as you put that little live stream, you want to come and join? Boom.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like to have people come on the channel and promote their channel, help it out as much as I could, and show people who the person really is. I think that's like the best way to do it,
And the live streams offer that. You're actually introducing yourself, and your audience gets to know you a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think that's what's so cool about the live streams.
Instead of me screaming out your name, okay, here's Lone Wolf and da 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 da, and they're like,
now that's a good idea. That's a good idea for your live. I don't know how many, because I know each stream you're only allowed so many numbers of folks.
Yeah.
But I just thought a cool idea for a live, which is, as people, especially the people that are sharing their link,
Yeah.
Maybe tell the people in the comments.
Actually, Live It Up said he could hardly hear you.
Oh, okay. Let me get my earpiece then.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Thanks for letting me know.
So everybody, Wallace Life, I'm telling you, my LEDs, I'm so happy for them. But I just got the email from the people that I bought the black light, the LED lights from.
Right.
They just literally emailed me, and they're gonna send me the adapter,
Oh, cool.
so I could plug it into the wall instead of it being USB in back of the TV.
Oh, cool.
So I'm happy for that. So then I don't need my TV on.
Oh, that's cool.
Because right now my TV's on. It's hibernating.
Do you have to have it on?
Right now you have to have it on, because if you watch the videos of the exact set that I have,
right,
the people only show it with the TV on. They don't show with the TV off.
Okay.
So all of a sudden I made a big stink about it, and I was like, I was like, man, the LEDs are in the perfect spot. I really don't want to take them off.
Right.
I want to literally have it plugged into the wall so I could turn it on and off.
Cool.
And not worry about being connected to the TV, with the TV being, on all day. I don't want that. I want to see the lights with the TV off, because then it makes the TV look like, just makes it look a hell of a lot better.
Looks cooler.
Yeah. So it looks really cool. I'm going to be doing my room. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do it, and I'm going to critique it. I'm about to even put, Live It Up said he'll go check your channel out.
I appreciate that. And if you comment down below, I'll make sure I'll check out yours as well.
You could even, do a replay, and then you could get everybody's name and show them.
I've done that too also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody does that.
Well, I don't know. I guess I only want to make sure they get a taste of the channel.
Yeah.
And what's funny
Every channel's different, and it's the best way to go.
Right.
Best way.
I honestly feel, though, if they start clicking on some of the videos they know for sure they would like of mine, I know once they watch they're probably going to want to subscribe.
Yeah. Pacific, how big is my TV? Man, that's a 65-inch Samsung.
Cool.
So that's my baby right there. If I was able to play where's my speaker? You can't see my speaker now. There it is, right there. Right. Those are some 15-inch woofers. Cool. It's a 15-inch woofer with a 4-inch mid-range, 3-inch tweeter. If YouTube wouldn't give me a strike or anything, or send me that little email within that 30 seconds, I would love to do a demo on my system, and the only thing you would be hearing is bass. Like, it's nothing but bass.
Oh, and then what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, how often do you sometimes call people up to the panel, or you just do it every
I always do.
Okay.
I always do, just for like today I was just gonna do like a little test, for this webcam.
Right.
And just say, testing 1 2 3 and da-da, and all of a sudden people started popping in. Yeah. It usually happens, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, my live would definitely be not a singing live. But
yeah,
you know what's
mine's
funny?
Not singing.
But what's funny is I probably would every once in a while, just to mix up my live, I probably would have occasionally invite some of the singers on to do that.
There's a few people that could sing. I'll put this person on blast, and she's in here right now.
Oh,
Actually,
cool.
there's a few of them in here right now that
Cool.
they could sing. But there's one person I can definitely say like could sing.
Oh,
Even
wow.
my girl could sing really well too. I got to
Cool.
give her props. She could sing really good as well. Is Jeb Jam Raw's wife.
Cool.
And you wouldn't think, just like some of the, females that are on the live in here right now,
Right.
you wouldn't think
That they could jam.
the voice could jam like that. And I'm like, even when I heard my girl sing for the first time,
Right.
I was like, what?
What? Cool.
What? I was like, damn. I was like, okay.
Right.
All
Cool.
right, baby, I love you now.
Cool. That's cool. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. Well,
Oh. Oh, what J3? You got an echo? Who's got an echo?
Here,
Because he's clear.
Let me take my mic off a little bit.
No, you could unmute it and we'll see. See what happens.
Testing 1, 2. I do hear a little bit of echo.
Yeah.
Should I?
No, you're good. You're good.
Sure, you don't want to throw back down and whip back up? I don't know
Nah,
if it'll fix it.
Oh, Pacific, you got a 70-inch? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Pacific, because that TV mount could hold up to a 90-inch TV.
Chill
So
it.
whenever that 90-inch comes out, the 90-inch TV will be right on that wall or in the Philippines with me. Oh,
I got a 75. We were in Best Buy. It's down in the basement, right? And my lady goes, she was gonna, so that I wouldn't get such a big one. She
Mhm.
tried to bribe me with a sound bar, and I said, I don't care. That's the side, I said, I'll save up money for the sound bar. And she's like, I almost went for it because it was only a little bit smaller than 75. But I was like, no, I want 75. So we did the 75. I still haven't bought the sound bar, but I'm enjoying my 75. It's cool.
Yeah, actually, I love it. My
Yeah,
girl is like, when she comes over, because now I got a new mattress.
Oh, yeah, cool.
I got a therapeutic mattress, all foam, no springs in it. It cost me a pretty penny for a queen size, but
Play your favorite movie in there.
man, all of a sudden when she saw it, she jumped right in the bed and she was like, oh.
Cool.
And she was like, oh, where's the controllers? And she was already,
And I bought that
turning the
crazy
TV
big
on.
TV way before the pandemic. And now my little family's so glad because we got like a little mini theater down in the basement.
Nice.
They were like, we're so glad we bought this. Because we're stuck, like everyone else, we're stuck and we're watching,
Oh, that's what I do all day.
Netflix and
I'm
Hulu and all that stuff. But, yeah.
Thank
my
you
God, I caught up all on The Walking Dead. I did a whole series of The Walking Dead.
Actually, what was the Gold Rush? They're like, I'm into stuff like that, like Gold Rush. There's the Aussie, like Australia, like Gold Rush, where they find gold in Australia.
Cool.
I watch all those things that you wouldn't even expect me to watch. I watch it.
Cool.
But I mean, man, I have a blast, and I watched the whole season from season 1 all the way up to whatever it was. Wow. And I'm like, damn, it only took me 2 months. That's it.
Oh, people are catching up on all their shows now.
I'm watching so many movies because I lost my job because of this damn thing. And
dude, I'm sorry about that, man.
Yeah. Yep.
What was your job?
I was working at a company doing power supply boxes for, um, you could say like the government, NFL,
Right.
musicians, big power supply boxes, small power supply boxes. They didn't pay well, but hey.
So are they coming back with it once this thing, or maybe not, or did it
No,
hit them?
actually, the way I've been hearing about it was that they're going to be moving down south somewhere.
Wow.
So
Damn.
they pretty much bent us over and
Wow.
just gave it to us, and
That's crazy.
so first it was the job, then everything else right behind it. So
Right.
so
I'm now my politics is I'm independent, but I also love it when the different the different groups can get together and go, let's do stuff that's good for America.
yeah,
Because I don't think what both sides realize, we don't. Sometimes we get to the point where we don't give a shit, and we just want them to do shit that's good for America.
yes.
They just need to realize that.
It should be us first,
Yeah.
just like every other country is.
And every other country does put themselves.
Yeah.
But and what's so funny is
we
even
are
though
more worried about other countries hating us.
well, I love how they call him the Orange Man, right? But why does it take a crazy orange man to say we should secure our borders? Why does it take a crazy orange man that says, "Hey, American business, why don't you put your workers and your company first, and we're going to take care of you?" I mean, it blows my mind.
Companies were coming back to the United States,
right?
Because of that one person.
Right. Well, what he said is he went like this. He goes, "Okay, I won't stop you from leaving, but you're sure as hell ain't going to make big bucks off us. We're going to put some little
There's going to be
tariffs on
taxes
as you try to bring your shit back."
Yep, exactly.
So, but yeah, I never understood the mindset. And to me, it's not a Republican mindset. It's not a Democrat mindset. It's not even an independent mindset. To me, it's just common sense mindset.
It's common sense.
Yeah.
They should have one that just says common sense.
Yeah.
Instead of the
common sense party. The party
the common sense party
that will put America first.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what's so funny? I tried to explain to a buddy of mine back in the day, probably back in my parents' day, before it got super partisan anyways, back in the day, a lot of people didn't realize some of these Democrats and Republicans were hanging out on the weekends with each other, slapping high fives, making deals, and they were buddies, and they were fooling everyone to think that they're fighting against each other. And now, in some cases, it might even be true today. Some of them may be slapping high fives behind closed doors, and
I feel like that too.
Yeah.
I feel like that.
Yeah, and here's the beautiful thing. This dude, even though he's orange and people tease him about probably coloring his hair, this dude actually cared about America, man. Look
at honestly, if you really think about it, when it was Obama, when it was Obama,
he apologized to the rest of the world and got a special prize.
We got fisted, okay?
Right. Yeah.
But if you really think about it, look at how the men and women in the services were.
Right.
Look at what they were needing, wanting.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the technology wasn't even coming close to being up to standards.
Right.
Like honestly, it just wasn't.
Yeah.
Police were getting screwed over everything.
Right.
I mean, especially the good police officers.
Right. And what a lot of people don't know is the good police officers want the bad police officers out of there. Because the bad police officers make their job harder.
Yeah.
But one thing departments can do, because I don't care how many rules you throw in your department. I mean, I'm not saying I know everything about law enforcement, but one of the things they could really do, and they need to do it at the moment they're training them to be police officers, is say, hey, look, like let's say I was running the state of Indiana, okay? And I said, okay, state of Indiana, all these little any little police department that's going to be in the state of Indiana,
Mm-hmm.
once we realize there's a guy that should not be a police officer, we're going to get him out of there. We're
Yeah.
just because I think
should
what
be-
happens is
If there's a lot of issues with that person, then it
Yeah.
should be nipped in the butt, not sometimes swept under the
Yeah.
the chair and
because
under
the
the
bad
rug.
thing about it when they they call it circling the wagons and protecting
Yeah.
the blue. But the bad thing about it, you're putting all the good officers at risk when you do that. I mean, I understand what you're trying to do, but it's a. I can see where it's kind of a catch-22. But man, if like this one guy did an unlawful arrest one time, and all this one guy got was just demoted out of his sergeant thing, and I think the following year he could reapply for a sergeant thing. So that's an example where you're saying the wrong thing to your department,
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then on top of that, technically you're putting your other officers at risk because this guy could go back to being a sergeant the next year later. So
Yeah, if they win,
yeah, so it's just. But I know I'm oversimplifying it because I know human beings are complicated. I know I'm
Everybody's there. I
oversimplifying.
mean, a lot of people are different.
Yeah.
But some people can handle that stress, and some people just
Yeah.
can't.
And I will say this about police officers: the life expectancy is not super long. So all
Not
I can say
anymore.
is some of them.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I can just say some of them must really like their careers and stuff. So, well,
Yeah,
think about it.
I know a few police officers, and
Yeah.
I got family that are police officers, and
Yeah.
and
I mean, I know some that are getting older that are beating some of the odds of the life expectancy of a police officer.
Yeah.
But
I know one
think
that's
of-
about to retire
right.
next.
But-
I think he said next year. Yeah, next year.
Yeah. But what's
So,
wild is when
32 years.
yeah, the reason I think it's so stressful is they're usually showing up on the scene when both parties have headed up to here, and
Yeah.
then they're trying to get both stories at the same time. So,
Yeah.
and that's got to be kind of getting on your nerves all the time if you're always going to calls like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, I remember when my father was alive, he was like, I think I was like 18. He was like, why don't you become a police officer? And I was like, I looked at him. I was like, no.
I thought about it.
He goes, why? I said, I'll stick with the fire department. And he goes,
Mhm.
you rather volunteer your life? I said, you know what?
Yep.
I would rather volunteer my life,
See,
than anything.
I don't know if I would have been a cop for very long, even if I became a police officer, because I wouldn't have been able to cover for bad. I probably would have got.
I wouldn't.
I
I
probably-
wouldn't even be able
I
to
probably
cover
would
it
have
up.
got whacked by another cop or something. Probably.
I would probably be fighting almost every other person.
Well, you know
that
the
I go into.
Serpico guy that's based on a true story, so that's kind of cool. That's any. Well, it's I need to rewatch that movie again because how they talk him into trying to get it's.
I guess I'll be watching some.
I have to rewatch that
I'm gonna have to watch
'Cause-
some movies tonight. I guess.
because Al Pacino played that character. He did a good
And
job.
I told my father, I was like, no, I'd rather get burnt than get shot. He goes, what?
Well, people are always glad to see the fire department too, so it's a different feeling too.
Yeah,
But you know
so-
what though? I've let police know when I'm glad to see them on the scene. Because see,
Yeah.
I work in security, so I
Mhm.
work I work with law enforcement all the time. So I have a great. I even tell my sometimes when I leave work, if they're still in the parking lot, I'm like, hey man, I appreciate your presence because I know.
Mhm. Yeah.
I know it's important. So
Oh, I
yeah.
know. Trust me. My father was like, what? You would rather get a burn? I'm like, damn right. Because that bullet.
well, it's the reason why they carry all that stuff too. It ain't good.
I've been tased. I even had the canine dog.
I'm a little shocked my dad didn't become a cop because he worked in the military. Well, he learned computers, but he also was a military police as well.
Oh, wow.
So I was a little shocked that he didn't become a cop, but he didn't. He became a computer
A lot
operator.
of people do after they
Yeah.
become. Actually, my cousin, he retired at a young age. He did almost, I think, almost 20 years in the service.
Wow.
He has his ring, and he was Chief Warrant Officer 4, I think it was.
Wow.
Yeah, he was just into the Chief Warrant Officer 4. And then within not even a few months later, he was like, you know what? I don't like how it's going. Retired. And I was like,
yeah.
wow. I was like, you retired? Gained a lot of weight and everything. I'd laugh at him.
There's a YouTuber, I think it's called Mike the Cop, I think. Before he did YouTube, he was a full-time police officer. And then I guess when things really picked up, he eventually was still doing it, but more at a part-time level, right?
Mm-hmm.
And finally, because of the way things were going, he's now left being a cop. And he's the one you want on the street because he's a constitutional cop. He believes in supporting the Constitution.
Yeah.
And, you really don't you don't stop people unless you really think something's wrong or there's suspicious behavior. But
all right, live it up. Thanks for stopping by. Live it up. Appreciate it. Like I said, I mean, I was surprised because he was like, yep, Chief Warrant Officer 4. He goes, I don't like how it's going now. Retired. I was like,
right.
I texted him when I saw the retirement. I'm like,
right.
What are you talking about? Retired because you just became that level. Now you want to retire. And he just within a month, not even a month.
Because at that level, he wouldn't have been on the streets, right? Wouldn't he be more at the desk?
He would be, as a Chief Warrant Officer, he would most likely be at a desk.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking so.
So
or at least go and
it's a young age. So
yeah.
So even when I remember when one of my uncles our uncle had passed away, and we went to South Carolina, and I'll tell you, my cousin, he doesn't really drink. He's really religious.
Right.
But that day he had a few drinks and I had way too much. So we go to the package store, probably about a few miles down from where my aunt lives, and we get pulled over.
Mm.
The only thing I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Holy shit.
I was like, we're in trouble. He goes, no, we're not. I was like, oh, yes, we are. You're in the Army. I'm a volunteer firefighter. It's not going to be good.
Oh, but they're going to see those IDs.
So all of a sudden, he had his ring. So he put his hand on the window, and he goes, "Hi, officer. How you doing?"
Was it a military ring or?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a military.
So
ring.
all of a sudden, the one officer was being like, he was a newbie. You could tell he was being a newbie.
Right.
The other guy goes, "Thank you for your service." And I was like, what did he just say? He was like, oh, he thanked me for my service. So all of a sudden he hands over the license. Now the newbie comes onto my side. He goes, what are you doing? I was like, I'm sitting in the car. That's what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, what's wrong? He's like, oh, I need to see your ID. I was like, what for? I'm in the passenger seat.
Right.
Why you need to see mine?
Right. I'm not driving.
I was like, I'm not driving.
Right.
So now the guy that was really cool with us goes, have you guys been drinking or something? I was like, well, our family member just passed away. We're about to go to this package store right here, go back to the house. It's not, the right thing to do, but we need to have these beers and we just need to have it.
Right.
So all of a sudden, the guy that was on my side, the newbie, was like, get out of the car. We have to do a test on you. I was like, no, you don't, because I know the rules.
Right.
So he goes, oh, you do? I was like, yeah, my cousin's a cop.
Right.
Oh, for what town? I was like, so I told him in Connecticut. And he was like, oh, you're a Connecticut boy? I was like, actually, I'm a man. I'm a Connecticut man. And if you want to classify me as a boy, I'm a Valley boy. And he goes, oh, you're one of those wise asses, huh? And I was like, Yes, I am, and I'm a volunteer firefighter at that. So you put those two together, it's not going to
Right.
work out for you. So
Right.
he was like, "Oh, really?" And then all of a sudden, the good one was like, just flagged him to get back in the car.
Yeah.
Leans over, he looks at us, and he was like, we're gonna follow you, but you have to follow us."
Just so
So-
you make it there.
So all of a sudden, we went into the package store. The cop goes, the guy in the package store goes, "Why is the cops
With you guys.
waiting for you?"
Yeah.
Long story, sir. Don't worry
Right.
about it. We're getting our
cool.
stuff. We're good.
Right.
So all of a sudden, we have cases of beer. We throw them in the car.
Right.
Cop leaves. We're following him back to the
Police
aunt's
escort
house.
back to the house.
Back to the house.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, here comes all my cousins, my aunts. Everybody was like,
What's going on?
"What's going on? Why is the cops here?" And I was like,
Escort. Cool.
"Don't worry, they're good.
Cool.
Get them food. Get them food." And one of the cops has been, stopping by my aunt's house pretty much once a month to go check on her and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
The other cop, he's still a little a-hole, but you know what I mean?
Right.
But the other one, he's been an awesome guy to the family, and trust me, he was like, I got like 2 more hours, then my shift is over. Are gonna still be outside? I'm like, hell yes, we are. We won't end this until probably about 2:00 in the morning.
Cool.
And sure enough, he came back and he had a few beers with us.
Oh, that's cool.
And oh my God.
That's
And the Hennessy was gone, the Bud Lights, the
Right.
Budweiser, everything was gone. Trashed.
That's so cool.
He threw him on the couch. He was done.
That's so cool. That's a cool story.
So, I haven't seen him in a while. I haven't been to South Carolina in a long time. It'll be about almost 10 years. About 8 to 10 years.
I had a buddy that came back. He was on leave. He was in the Marine Corps, and we were just driving around,
Mm-hmm.
and he saw a chance to pass up the sheriff's car, hoping that sheriff's car would follow him off the exit. And now he's an active Marine. Okay, he's active military member, right? He goes, "Watch this." I said, "Are you fucking nuts? What are you doing?" So he passes up the car and speeds on the exit, right? Sure enough, the sheriff's lights come on, pull him over. And when he hands him that active U.S. Marine Corps, and I think the guy that pulled him over was a Marine as well. He checked it out, and he handed it to him. He said, "Just slow it down." And I felt shit.
Oh, I was scared that day. Trust me.
And my Marine buddy knew that's how it was going to go down. So, yeah, sometimes there's a lot of former military people there in the police force. So,
and then when I had to stop being, a volunteer firefighter, man, I'm still thinking about, I get that taste.
mhm.
I really get that taste, but now it's all about the books. I hate the books. I hate them with a passion. I was taught hands-on.
Mhm.
Because when you learn hands-on, it's the best way to be, because not every house fire is going to be the same car fire.
Right.
It's impossible. The way it burns, certain ways, certain structures, it's impossible.
I was watching a documentary, people learn how to be firefighters. And man, they showed this one picture of a guy that I guess what happened is he threw on his gear too quick
Mhm.
and didn't put a lot of the inner part here. And so he got burned really bad.
Oh, I got burnt,
And
and I was in training.
Yeah, and I think the guy, hadn't been a firefighter that long. So of course, the reason they're showing that to everybody, of course, they wanted to really sink inside the people that are just becoming brand new firefighters. Hey, if you don't do what we tell you, you're going to really get hurt.
You're really
or
going to die.
possibly die.
Yeah. You know how I got taught? here's a few. I'll tell you two incidents. We did training. I'm still new, fresh out of the, off the truck. All of a sudden, we went to training this one of them live burn houses where you could, it's all concrete, hollow blocks, everything. Go in there, burn some wood, and you can see the stages of the smoke. And my lieutenant goes, Jay, didn't I tell you not to wear your jewelry, your earring? Because I had, 2 loops, and I had my gold necklace, 14 karat gold necklace, 14 karat gold. He goes,
Wow.
didn't I tell you not to wear your jewelry? And I'm like, it's not going to get hot. It's going to get covered. He goes, okay.
I'm styling.
All right. He goes, put your hood on. I'll see you in 2 minutes. Sure enough, I go in, I'm sitting there, and I see the stages, and all of a sudden, I'm on my stomach, smoke still going, I can't see nothing. He's behind me, sitting, and I can hear him laughing. And I'm like, I turn around, like, I can't even see him. And I'm like,
Right.
turn around, I'm on my stomach, and I'm like trying to turn around. And I'm like, what the hell are you laughing at? He goes, you'll see. Right? And he goes, start crawling towards near the fire. I was like, no. He goes, all of a sudden, he just lays into friggin' right into my nuts. I was like, oh. So I start going. And all of a sudden, my earring started getting hot. My necklace started getting hot.
Oh.
I was like, holy. And I'm screaming. He goes,
Shit.
what's wrong? What's wrong?
Skin.
Oh, it's hot. It's screaming. Oh, my God. I got to get out of here. He goes, he's laughing. So I crawl out of the building.
Wow.
I get the hose. I'm dousing my head, everything.
Right.
Sure enough, I had little circles around my neck just because of that. And I was only in there not even 5 minutes.
Yeah, it heated up that metal.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And then there was another time where I was taught with for the CO2s. So if you get called for a CO2, he goes, that's the gas of death. Just be ready. You're not going to smell it. You're not going to know nothing. So, of course, I'm the only one on the truck with the driver. I put the air pack on, go in. He goes, here's your meter. Go ahead, go. Okay, I see it's, certain parts per million. And all of a sudden, it just starts going crazy. I was like,
Help.
numbers are rising. He goes, what's the number? So I said, I forgot the amount. And he goes, get the hell out of there.
Oh,
He
God.
runs into the building, yanks me out. And I was like, what just happened? He was like, you could have died. I was like, oh, great to know.
because
Thanks.
it probably plays with your brain because you don't realize.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it plays with your head. Or
I
it
couldn't
puts you in
even
a
believe
daze,
it.
probably.
Oh, it definitely did.
Wow.
I was like, I couldn't even believe it. And he was like, put your mask back, put your mask on. Now go in. I go in. I had to do all the ventilation for myself, open all the windows,
Cool.
wait for the gas people to come, turn off the gas. Oh, it just
Cool.
sucked.
Well, like you said, experience is the best teacher.
Yes, definitely.
Best teacher.
Because trust me, after that one, never did it again. Never again. After I had a little bit of a reading and that number was, a certain particular number, I kind of backed off a little bit. I kind of backed off and was like, yo, mask
Gotta
up. Let's go through the rest of the house. And that's saved my butt quite a few times where the meter wasn't even working. It's
wow.
saying it was like, so many parts per million, but it was actually more than that.
Oh,
and I was
wow.
like, oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So I got really knowledge, even hitting hydrants. I've been knocked off of the truck with the 1 3/4 inch hose on top of the fire truck. one of the guys was holding it, one of the rookies,
Right.
and the operator of the truck put it at like 700 psi.
Right.
Ain't nobody's really gonna hold a 700 psi nozzle when it opens up, but the guy opened it all the way up.
Oh,
So all of a sudden the thing it was bent a little bit, and all of a sudden it just came like this and smacked me right off the truck.
damn.
So from the top of the truck down to the ground, smacked me. I missed the nozzle within like a few inches.
So do you
So
have
I
like
had
9
to-
lives or something?
Man, I was playing with those lives, I guess.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I even had a fire where I was the probie, and we had an auxiliary that was underage, and it was a car fire. Guy put a brand new engine in it,
Wow.
gas lines, everything new on that car. Filled it up with gas, brought it home, parked it. It caught on fire. We had all probies and one auxiliary. And what did the auxiliary do? Grabbed the 1 3/4 hose, went around the hedges, and I'm fighting the fire with no mask on, no nothing. I'm fighting the fire, and all of a sudden you see the jet stream right in front of me. Literally, I went like this, fell on my tail. I was like, what the hell? Man, I turned it off, ran over there, yanked the damn hose, turned it off, pushed them to the ground, went back to the fire.
Take care of it.
Oh my God. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, dude, I mean, it was within a good 12 inches.
Wow.
Straight jet stream. Straight.
Damn.
So I've learned a lot I came to a few close calls.
But that's cool. I mean,
It's cool in a sense.
It builds
But
your knowledge is what I meant.
yeah,
So.
that's why it's so good to be vigilant. Even like if you go anywhere, you got to be vigilant.
Well, I told my daughter, she's 23. I was like, hey, man, I don't care if you're in a nice place or not. You really got to pay attention to your surroundings because,
Yeah.
I mean, bad things can happen anywhere, And it don't have to be people. It could just simply be structures
It
you're
could
not
be an
aware of
accident.
that you're
It could
walking
be-
around.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll give you an example. She stepped in a hole in Israel. It was like some hole in the sidewalk that she didn't see. And I asked her, I said, were you looking at your phone? And she said, yes, I was. Oh, and I loved how she didn't scare my wife. She calls the wife and goes, hey, what's my doctor's name again? And so, and immediately my wife's like, oh, wait a minute, hold on a second. What's going on over there? So she told her the whole story, and yeah.
Mhm.
But I mean, she was fine. She had just gotten some stitches and stuff. So,
Yeah.
but she
you'll be
learned a
surprised.
valuable lesson though,
Yeah.
because now when she walks down the street anywhere, no matter where in the world, she pays attention to where she's walking now. So,
Please, I missed actually being in an accident by walking on the sidewalk. Missed it by 5 minutes, if
Wow.
that. And all of a sudden, 2 people got hit. The truck literally jumped the curb.
right,
It's a big curb. Literally jumped the curb, hit the wall, bounced off the wall, fit through the tree and the wall. Actually fit through it. Okay? Fit through it. He was
Right.
still going about 40, 50 miles per hour, still going. Right? Kept on scraping the whole left side of his truck.
right.
Hit a bigger tree, bounced off the tree, slammed into the wall, still going, got back onto the road, smacked into the car head on, and then tried to get out.
Damn.
So
In my life,
I missed that accident within not even 5 minutes.
in my lifetime, I think I've seen 3 accidents, and I think one I was getting ready. I was almost at work, and I just saw this car just get plowed really bad by another car. So when I get into work, I call my old lady, tell her why I'm trying to calm my nerves down, because I would have been the next car had I not Had
Yeah.
this, and then there's times where I could tell a driver's going to make a bad decision. Like traffic's coming this way, and this car thinks they're going to beep, and I go, and I know what I'm about
You
to
just
see.
like, you hold
I'm
on.
like,
You're like,
I'm just going, yeah, I don't think that car's going to make it. And sure enough, that other car hits it. That's happened to me twice, where I've seen a driver. I just realized they're about to make a really bad decision, and I go,
I've seen a lot.
oh my God.
I even seen. We went to a call. I remember going to a call, and it was actually like 2:00 in the morning, and I wish I'd never went to that call.
Right.
And I was like, that was one of the calls that I wish I never went to. All of a sudden, I have my fire pager on, the scanner on, and I hear the fire pager going off, and I press the button to reboot it so I don't have to hear it.
Right.
And all of a sudden, here goes the scanner going off. I'm like,
Shit.
what the hell's going on? Oh, accident on Route 8. Here we go. 2:00 in the morning. I'm going to the firehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Get in the truck. We go to the call. I see the car flipped over, so we have to go onto the highway, off the highway, and then jump back onto the highway to get to it. And all of a sudden, I literally get off the truck, and I look down, and there's like a scrape mark, like just a white scrape mark, probably about almost like 200 feet. Scrape mark. I was like, what the hell is this? And I was like, okay, it's probably the car. Nope. It was actually the person's skull. The car literally flipped over. The guy's head came out the window and slammed on the guy's head and scraped it. So he had no head. So his body was literally in the car upside down.
Man.
And the auxiliary that almost hurt me with the fire hose almost stepped on the guy's jaw. The piece of the guy's jaw. So I had to stand near the guy's brain matter. And we were there for almost 4.5 hours.
Wow.
And then on top of it, we had to hose down all the brain matter after they did what they did.
To clean it up and
stuff.
Yeah. Wow. Well, one time I was going on 465 here in Indiana, and I'm coming around the bend, right? Just doing the speed limit. But you don't expect when you're coming around the bend on an interstate, you don't expect that all the lanes are going to be at full stop, right? So I'm coming around this bend, interstate speed, and all of a sudden I realize I got to put my brakes on because all the lanes are stopped. And I'm like, what the hell? So I put on my brakes, and it ends up sliding my car this way, right? Now, thank God I was by myself, and I was in a very small 4-door car, right? By myself, thank God. Normally I'd have my family with me, but I didn't. This time I was by myself. So the car goes like this in the center lane, right? Here comes a full-size pickup barreling down on me. He's not aware that all the traffic is stopped. I said, wow, this is going to hurt. So, and I knew right away I had no time to get out of the way. So what I did is, because I remembered a long time ago that a lot of people that don't get hurt, or some people that don't get hurt, their bodies are really relaxed.
Yeah.
So, and I'm pretty good at relaxing my whole body. So I purposely made my body limp, just waiting for him to hit my car, because I knew I didn't have time to get out of the way. So I said, relax, relax, relax. So, bam! I mean, that pickup hit it really hard. I thought for sure it was going to flip the car over, but it hits it right. I mean, just hits it nice and even, but it just pushes the car. It doesn't flip or anything. And after he's finished hitting me, he's really shocked. I finished relaxing, and I closed my eyes because I didn't want to.
You don't want to see it.
So anyways, once I finished, I realized he's finished hitting my car. This dude's jaw just drops because I have just enough. The car was still drivable, but I pulled it to the side to then talk with the guy that had hit me, right? He is shocked that I'm okay because his pickup truck really hit the small car really good. And I'm like, dude, I'm good. I totally relaxed myself before you hit me.
Don't.
And,
I wouldn't have been able to do that.
But it was a totaled. The car was totaled. They came and checked it out, and there was like no amount of work was going to fix this.
I've seen quite a few cars that didn't even look like cars.
Yeah.
When I say didn't look like cars, like they were folded up. I even saw like a 94 Taurus.
Right.
I seen the guy was speeding on Route 8 here in Connecticut.
Right.
We know he was speeding. Ground's wet, so he hydroplaned. He was doing 360s, and right under the bridge there's a rock wall. So they built the bridge on the rock wall.
Right.
When I say he slammed it so hard, his two back tires were folded. Okay, so the gas tank went up and in. So you can physically see the tank. So if you pull the car out, you can see the tank and the two tires like this.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'm looking at it. I'm like, what the hell is that? All of a sudden, I was like, wait a minute. This is a 4-door. Didn't even look like a 4-door. It actually looked like a 2-door car.
Wow.
The Taurus was a 2-door. Like both doors were flat. Like there was nothing to them. You wouldn't even know that car had 4 doors. If you didn't know the type of car it was, you would have been like, oh, it's a 2. And there was so much blood coming from the back. We thought there was actually somebody in there. And luckily there wasn't.
Cool.
So we actually had to use the jaws of life and pry it and all,
get him out of there
to see if anybody was in there. And when we found out that there was only 2 people in there, we were like, are you sure? They were like, yeah, there's only 2 of us. I was like,
wow.
But one of them died because of the impact.
Now, one time I was on the interstate and it was raining really hard. And there was an unmarked police car. So picture this. Here's one car here, and here's me. I'm the car here. So there's 2 cars in front and kind of 2 cars in back, and then the unmarked police car is kind of in the center, right? I don't know how. I mean, I became aware that this car was going to start to spin, right? So, and all of a sudden, the 2 cars in the front, me and this car here, and the 2 cars back, we all of a sudden realized this car was starting to spin, right? So immediately the 4 cars went like this, right? And the car just kept spinning, right? And we all kept our distance. It was so cool because we were all, we realized this person's in trouble. We're just going to give them space, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think it spun maybe just twice, but then all of a sudden it stopped spinning and then started going straight like it's supposed to. And you could, the person in the unmarked police car gave me a look like, thank you so much for just giving me room.
Oh, that would have been so much paperwork.
And letting me spin. So, and you could tell they were kind of shaking a little bit after the car had finished. But they appreciated that everyone just gave that car space,
Man, oh man.
Yeah, and it was really cool. And then my wife just couldn't believe. It's like, well, that was kind of cool. The cars just went like this and gave that car space while it was spinning. So that's why it's so important for people to pay attention when they're driving.
Yeah.
Because something caught my eye, and like I said, I think I just started to notice just a little bit of thing going like this that made me go, well, maybe I should get over a little bit, because I'm starting to notice the middle car kind of going like that. So
I'm telling you.
But it was really cool how the cars just simply got out of the way for that driver. That was so cool. That was super cool.
Actually, looking for my remote. Now I could turn this TV off. Yeah.
Wait, brother, I'm going to get off here.
Yeah, I'm going to get off. This was only supposed to be a testing, and all of a sudden.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude.
No, it's cool.
Cool.
Hey, it happens.
Well, at least I got to rap with you. That's cool.
Yeah, I know, man.
That's super cool.
So we'll definitely be. Now the phone is going off.
Yeah, I'll holler at you soon. Or
yeah,
on your
definitely
your next official live studio there.
Yeah, I know.
Like I said, I dig the lighting. I like how it made me think of the O show lighting.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. This room's. I gotta clean it. I've been going crazy, throwing
Well,
shit
well,
around.
the
And,
cool thing about it, the nicer you make it, the more you'll want to jam in there and do your thing, which is
yeah,
cool,
exactly.
you know.
Can't wait.
And there's so many, oh man, there's so many ideas to make a live stream kind of.
Yeah, I'm gonna
There's
be.
so much stuff you can buy.
I mean, this webcam actually.
And what resolution
impressed.
did you say it has?
That is a 1080p.
Right on. And that's what some of the marked videos, when people select stuff, yeah, man, it's super.
Yeah.
Wow, it's super
It's
clear.
it's clear. I'm surprised. Like it's really clear. I was looking at my laptop with it, and I'm like,
Cool.
wow, this is like super clean. I'm like, I could deal with this.
Yeah, and
Because usually I'm using my laptop.
right. But
You
you
know,
know, it still
always-
looked good on the laptop.
Yeah,
But you can tell. I mean, your laptop did a good job, but the resolution
this actually
really cool.
brought it up to another.
It's crisp.
another
It brought
level.
it to another level.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Yeah.
And I'm using my computer now, so my laptop was like, why did I wait this long
So
to get
what's the name of the webcam thing then?
a
What's the name of it?
It is a 1080. Actually, what I could do is I'm doing a video. I think most likely I'm going to be creating it tomorrow.
Well, yeah,
So-
yeah.
I'll give you all the information.
Yeah, do a video on that bad boy.
So
That'd
I'm
be
going to
cool.
do. This is almost like a review on it at the same time. So
You heard it here, people. I'm so silly.
it's going to be an hour review that everybody's going to be like, wow, they're talking about everything.
I have to give people heads up about being a comedian. And,
I
and
got
it-
a lot of comedians. Trust me. You're actually. I got one that is.
He's off the chain now.
Oh, he's off the chain. He's blunt. I love him to
Cool.
death. He's blunt. Trust me, when everybody's
Yeah.
like, wow, you actually get along with him. Like,
Oh, that's pretty funny.
he's like one of the brothers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, to me, it's a way to catch people's eye and to keep watching the stream, and they're more likely to come back in your
Yeah.
stream again.
I
So
mean, like, even my channel's laid back. And, when I have people that, I got people that really support me,
right,
or even if they stay for like 15, 20 minutes,
right.
usually they'll be like, or even an hour, they'll do a replay and they'll support.
Cool.
So it really, it's really good that I have, really great people that would do it, especially with like lives and stuff like that. Because after somebody watches it, or is here for an hour, they usually don't do a replay or they don't watch it ever again.
I'm gonna
I get
lie.
people.
I'm gonna admit, and this may sound super selfish, but especially all the lives I've been on, I turn around and rewatch.
I'm telling you.
And I do it to critique myself how I was on the live and stuff like that. And sometimes I learn stuff. I see which panelists are kind of listening to the conversation, and maybe which one, because they're multitasking sometimes. It's not that they're not trying to listen. Some of them are listening while they're helping
Doing
other streams
something
out and stuff.
or-
Yeah. The majority of them are trying to help other streams out at the same time.
I like to do everything.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. I'd rather be, how can I say, more face to face, you could say,
Right.
instead of just shouting out a channel like everybody else does.
Right.
It's good in a sense, but
Oh, but I know what I was going to say. When you're getting ready to shout out a channel, say, hey, man, before we shout out your channel, why don't you come up here and tell us a little bit about your channel? And then they talk about their channel, and then maybe why they're talking about their channel, like, hey, man, I just dropped this guy's link down below, and we're having a conversation right now. He's going to go ahead, man, tell us a little bit about your channel. And that's cool too,
I'm gonna well, now with this webcam, it's gonna be different. So I'm probably gonna get the little stand for it, so it'll be a little bit eye level for me.
Yeah. Well, then
But-
you can play around with the height level, so that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
But see, my monitors are now on the mounts.
Cool.
It's on a mount, so with two arms. So I'm not trying to lower it anymore or anything. I'm not doing all
Well, you
that.
may have had it already just right too, though,
I got it just right
just like you want it.
where I want it. So with the webcam now, I'm gonna have to find that little stand I got, hook it up to it, and
Man, when you rewatch this, you're gonna enjoy the clearness of it.
I looked on my laptop because I had my laptop
Yeah.
running. And I was looking at it and I was like, wow,
I mean,
it's clear.
Dude, your laptop was fine because I didn't have nothing to compare it to.
Uh-huh.
What's funny, before I popped on your panel, you could just see the look on your face. Like, you definitely could tell the difference. You're like, wow, man, check this out, guys. I mean, I can't believe how cool this is, you know?
Yeah.
And I was digging hearing you talk about it before I jumped on the panel.
Yeah, actually,
'Cause you
it was
could see the
it was like a
excitement.
testing. Like
Yeah.
literally, I was doing the testing,
Yeah.
and then
You
all
can
of a
see
sudden,
the excitement on your face. Like, man, I'm gonna appreciate my lives more now.
oh yeah, I am.
Yeah. And
I'm
it's
actually
infectious, man,
surprised.
because you were smiling and stuff, and you know. And I'm that way about gear when I get a new piece of gear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get excited when I get like a new tent or something, even a new fishing pole. I'm like,
Right.
I'm like a big kid in a candy store. Like,
Yeah.
even with my tents, oh man, I got what, a 6-person tent, 8-person tent, so I'm good.
Cool. My
I
lady,
love it.
she's always telling me to find different places to store my stuff because she's afraid to send me to the outdoor place. Well, no, I mean, if I go places, she's afraid I'll step in the outdoor space and find
You're in
some
trouble.
other gear I want. Yeah. So
You're in trouble.
she doesn't want me around any of the gear places because she's afraid I'll show up with a new knife or a new tent or.
See, with me, I would probably be ending up with like a new tent, new fishing pole, lures.
I used to go fishing a lot with my dad, man. Getting up really early in the morning,
Mhm.
but just have, we maybe grab some breakfast real quick, but get up before the sun comes up, and I just remember good times like that.
Oh,
Just,
here's our Mindoro journey. That's one of my brothers.
yeah, I have lots of memories of that.
I
And
used to go fishing early in the morning, and
Yeah.
my father was like, I was like, wait a minute. My dad would be like, 6 o'clock in the morning, let's go. What? What?
The
Where are we
sun's
going?
not even up.
Sun's not even up yet. And he goes, don't worry. We're going to go a little bit of fishing in the daytime, and then maybe we'll go catch some catfish at night. And then all of a sudden, bam, it's already like 6, 7 o'clock at night. And all of a sudden, he's like, oh,
Wow.
we're going to be here until 9, 10 o'clock so we can
Wow.
catch a few, catfish. Man, got me in trouble.
Man, one of my high school summer baseball coaches, he would go fishing up north, and people will always hit him up because he knows how to, take them apart and then fry them and stuff. And he would he should have started charging these people because but he would catch a lot of fish. He didn't mind, but
Damn.
man, I couldn't.
Hello, Shell. How you doing? Shout outs to you. Our Mindoro journey, man. I was actually, I'm telling you, brother, I actually was creating the video for, the unboxing of this. And I kid you not, the battery went dead. And I was like, well, I'm going to just hook it up and do a quick video so I could just get some content on it. And all of a sudden, people just started popping in. And I was like, oh, here we go.
We got a live stream going.
We got a live stream going now. So I'm telling you, this webcam is really good. I thought it was going to be, mediocre, but this damn thing is clear. And even I heard the sound on it. It was clear. So
Good to go.
I'm good to go. Another new toy that I have.
Another tool in the arsenal.
Yeah, definitely. I even got my drone and other little things. So
Oh, when have you used your drone?
I used my drone. I usually use it over the summertime because
Okay.
it's windy. I mean, it's good in the wind, surprisingly.
Right.
For the mini drone is actually really good. Kind of, stabilizes but
Right.
it's awesome. I love it.
People love watching drone footage.
Yeah.
They love.
I was supposed to create this one when I first got it. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be, I'm gonna create it, and I took like a whole 4 hours to do it. I went down to near the Riverwalk and just did it, and all of a sudden, just never created the video.
Right.
When I did start it, it didn't look right to me, so I was like,
Right.
oh, delete. It's done. But there's one video I have of me with the drone and
Right.
messed around a little bit, but
The thing that makes me nervous about the drone thing is the
the settings, like the opposite and turning around.
yeah.
Yeah.
But probably if I were to really want to get serious about a drone, I probably would just have to do, and I wouldn't have to redo a lot of homework about it. There's so many YouTube creators, their channels are about how to handle all the tech stuff. I would just have to dive into some of my favorite ones I like to watch and just listen to how they do it. So, I know what I was going to say. In some places, they talk about licensing it up and all that stuff. So
With the Mavic Mini, you don't need one.
Oh, cool.
So I always say to everybody, if you're going to get a drone,
Keep it simple.
just get something, the Mavic Mini 1, the first one they came out with,
Right.
or number 2. Honestly, the 1 does pretty much everything the 2 does except the zooming. I think there's more zooming capabilities, you could say. But honestly, I'd rather spend $400 than 12 to 1600 or whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
There's a big difference.
In my case, I'd rather spend the 400.
Yeah.
One, because I don't know how much I'm really gonna throw in it. So yeah, $400 sound a lot easier to play around with.
It's a lot easier. But the other drones, you need that license for flight. So when I go to the Philippines, I'm bringing my drone.
Cool.
So I'm going to be having aerial shots. I'm dying to do it. I'm dying to be in the Philippines, use that drone. I'm dying to use it.
That's awesome.
But the only bad thing is, it's not really bad, but my girlfriend's brothers want to try it. And I am so petrified. Wow. I'm like, oh my God, if they crash it, that's
the end of my filming, at least for that trip.
Yeah.
Unless there's stores. Are there stores you could pop in and buy another one real quick? Or?
Honestly,
maybe not.
If I destroy it,
Wow.
All right, brother. Oh, our Mindoro journey. I'll hit you up actually tomorrow. I'll call you tomorrow, or you call me, and let me know what you think about it. Because I'm gonna get some people's feedback as well. Maybe I'll add it to the video.
Yep.
Do something different.
I'm telling you, man, it's cool.
I know. I can see like the color of your eyes really well too.
I won't be surprised if they tell you that they notice how crisp it is, especially when they compare it to your laptop.
Yeah, the laptop
like
was
I said,
different.
you're because you were working on your computer when you had a laptop going, or you were looking at something.
First, I was.
When you had your laptop.
I had my laptop. It's literally like
because you had it right here, or you were looking at something here, and you had the laptop thing was going like that.
Yeah.
And like I said, it looked cool. It was cool. But since this is a new toy in the arsenal, if you can get even more clear stuff, why not?
Yeah. I mean, I spent a pretty penny on it, but
it's
worth it.
Just seeing how clear it was. I mean, I don't know what you spent, but whatever you spent,
$53.
That ain't bad.
It's not bad, but
that's not bad for getting all that clarity.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying 50 bucks is cheap.
1080p. I was like, oh, I'd suck it up and get like a 780 or something, but
Yeah, I'm not saying 50 bucks is cheap though. Don't get me wrong, man.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
but I was like, you know what? Let me just, which one should I get? Oh, let me get this one, and I'm happy I did.
Because that's what I noticed about some of this tech stuff, and Casey Neistat talks about it, but some of the other tech people talk about it too. Sometimes the most expensive, or sometimes
The most expensive stuff is garbage, and then the stuff that's the cheapest is the best.
or sometimes the one in the middle is better than both the lower
Yeah.
one and the, or
Yep.
sometimes the lower one does maybe only has one or two, three features less than this real expensive
Yeah,
one. Here.
that's how it is with the Mavic Mini.
Yeah,
Exactly like it. And
Yeah,
I'd rather have that all day than the Mavic 2,
right.
because they were complaining about the Mini just going, like
Right.
literally just go.
Right.
And that's if you go like out the boundaries, or if you're in New York and you're trying to fly a drone, of course it's going to go, because New York is just nothing but high buildings. So
Right.
it doesn't get the signal that it's supposed to, you know?
That's wild.
So trust me when I tell you, I was like, what? I'm
Well,
happy I got it.
I'm going to be looking for that video when you make it on your camera webcam thing.
Yeah,
When
I'm
you
going to
talk about that.
Yeah. Actually, it's on my camera right now. I got some of it on my camera,
Cool.
and then I'll probably do it tomorrow. Most likely tomorrow.
That's
Well,
cool.
today.
Well, I'm subscribed to you, so I'll know definitely when you throw it up. So that'd
Yeah,
be cool.
you'll see it.
I'll check it out.
A lot of people will see it. I can't wait. And I did actually. I put up the little video of my girlfriend trying to prank me. Yeah, that was an
That's
old
cool.
one. That was an old video, and I found it on my camera that I forgot about it, and I
That's
wasn't
cool.
even thinking about it, and I think she even forgot about it. I was like, wait a minute. This is the video that she tried to prank me when I got out of work. Oh, okay.
That's pretty
Okay,
funny.
let me put it up. And that's what I did,
Cool.
but
That's cool.
oh man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna just push out anything that I've in my arsenal. I'm gonna be pushing out. Even when I went to Georgia, I still got content from me being in Georgia and spending time with Joe and Jassy and their dog and
Cool.
Duo. I'm gonna push those out pretty soon.
I had a girl from South Africa comment on my video, on one of my South Africa videos.
Wow.
And it was a video I just simply redid. I just added music to it.
Mm-hmm.
And she was thanking me because lately they've been having serious restriction there. And she goes, oh, man, thanks for making me feel like how it used to be. And so you never know when you throw a video up how it's going to make someone feel, man.
Yeah.
And that made me feel good. I was like, cool, man. Someone.
I mean, I met people from Australia, Israel, Iran,
Cool.
like a lot of people from the Philippines,
Yeah.
Hawaii. You know what I mean? Like Brazil. I met one person from on here. She was from Brazil.
Cool.
She didn't know a bit of English, but she was learning English so she could be. She used to come to my channel, and she was a nice person. She was real a nice person.
Cool.
Was always on my channel, and I used to go to her channel, and I was going everywhere. Then
It's kind of making the world smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, the other thing I think it's doing for people is people around the world are really not that much. I mean, there's a language barrier, but all human beings are really not that much different from each other. We all want to be healthy. We all want healthy families. We want nothing but good to happen to our families. And so, and yet what's so funny, the countries that are really closed off, that makes them nervous because it's kind of blowing their minds how big the world is. like one of the funniest things I ever thought happened to Iran. Well, I mean, it wasn't funny, but one of the real news, like the real last bad earthquake Iran had.
Mm-hmm.
What really shocked the Iranian people is the American military was there like Johnny on the spot with relief, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it was blowing away what people were saying, some of the bad things are, because sometimes they like to say bad things about America. But we were there like Johnny on the spot, and it was blowing some of their minds. Like
It
they were
changed,
scratching
changed
their
the
head,
whole.
right? Yeah, yeah. So sometimes when tragedy happens like that, it gives a chance for other countries to.
Just to
I'm
be
not
there.
saying. I'm not saying everything's been done good on both sides, but I'm just.
Mhm.
Sometimes when tragedy does strike, and another country does help another country who, they don't get along with necessarily, it really can change hearts and minds of folks, which is cool.
Yeah.
You know.
Hello, Pilet Family Vlogs. I hope I said that right.
Sounds
Welcome
right.
to my channel. Yeah, I know. They saying hello.
One live stream was teasing me. I told him an hour ago good night, and then like 2 hours later they go, "Man, you saying good night to us again? We thought you were gone an hour ago." And what happened is I left and I kept watching the live stream.
That's what I did with Brett. I was like, Brett, I gotta go. He's like, oh, you gotta go? Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Cool.
And I'm still typing. I'm like, all of a sudden it was like 5 hours later. I'm like, dude, I definitely gotta go.
Yeah.
But
And to the point where they didn't believe it every time I said goodnight to them. They're like, "Oh yeah, whatever. We'll see you in 2 more hours."
we'll see you in a few more. We'll see you in another few more minutes.
But Jay, thanks for letting me come up on your panel, man.
Anytime, brother. Anytime. You're more than welcome.
No problem. I like rapping with you, bro. But like I said, if I didn't have work in the morning, I'd probably rap you for 2 or 3 more hours. I would,
know, me
dude,
too.
because you are a conversationalist, brother.
I could talk. I'm telling you, usually my girlfriend would be like, okay, you could keep on talking. I'll be like, la, 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 la.
Right.
And she'd be like, oh my God. Okay, now you can shut up.
You're
Okay.
like, yeah, okay, no problem.
No problem. But
one thing I noticed about the ladies, they know guys don't have no problem. Like if their family or ladies tell them to go do something, they're like, okay, cool, And my lady gets a little, my little lady gets a little jealous because sometimes
where's she from?
She's from Peru, South America.
Really?
Yeah, she's part Japanese and part Peruvian. She's all Peruvian. Man, she's got a wild mixture. It's quite a lot of Japanese, and then Peruvian, Inca, Italian, and Spanish.
Inca? I never heard of that one.
Yeah. So.
Really?
But she has a lot of Japanese because her mom's family, somewhere from her mom's family from Japan, came and settled in Peru.
Really?
So some Peruvian Japanese
honestly,
mix.
That actually caught me off guard. I would have never you saying.
Oh, that my wife's Peruvian.
from from Japan or Peruvian.
Right. Oh, that's pretty funny.
I would have never imagined you saying that.
Right. Oh, well, one time a black lady sat in front of me. She didn't know I was married to a Latino. And this black lady goes, man, they just seem to be everywhere. And I said, yeah, I know, girl. I said, man, not only do I have one in my house, but we ended up creating another one. So now I got 2 of them in my house. And then all of a sudden she remembered that I was married to a Latino. She went like this, and she never said that phrase ever again in front of me. I was like, yeah, I know, man. They're in my house. And then I got to create another one. So
see, I'm half black, half white.
Oh, cool.
So I'm Italian, Polish, black, and Indian.
Oh, wow. What a combination.
I'm a mutt. So I'm a mutt.
I'm Irish from Dublin. My mom's mother was from Dublin, so it's Irish, Scots, English. Now, I don't know if my dad was telling me the truth, but he said he did a 23andMe, but he only mentioned German. but failed to. And I know he's a mutt, and I know he's got Scots. I know he's got Scots, and he probably has Irish, but I know he's got Scots in English. And so I was like, I don't know where the German came from. I was like, German. But what's weird is I didn't have a chance to ask him what the others were, right?
Yeah.
And it was just really weird. It was just
because
weird.
my girlfriend, she's Filipina,
Right.
and even our Mindoro Journey's wife is Filipina.
Cool.
Joe and Jassy down in Georgia, his wife is Filipina.
Well, when the Filipinos watch my channel, they think my wife's Filipino. But that's because the Peruvian Japanese.
Really?
My wife's doctor, who's a Filipina, thought my wife was from the Philippines. My wife's
Really?
like, no, I'm from Peru, South America. Yeah, she gets mistaken for being,
Wow.
which ain't cool. I mean, which is cool.
That caught me off guard. I'm like, what? What did he just say?
Yeah, Japanese Peruvian. And I met her through a Colombian guy who originally liked her, and I had only met the girl. He talked about the girl, and I only met her one night. We all went dancing. Well, first I called him up. His sister taught me how to dance merengue and salsa. And I called him up one Saturday and said, hey, what are you doing? He said, well, we're picking this one girl up who's from Venezuela, and the other girl's from Peru. I was like, cool. Hey, man, do you care if I tag along? And because his sister had taught me merengue and salsa in just 2 days. So we went, and this club was at this club. I think it was a salsa band from Chicago coming down to Indiana. So we went, and we all danced, and we all kept switching partners, right? And all of a sudden, I really liked that Japanese Peruvian girl. So when I woke up the next morning, the guy from Colombia saw me looking for the address where we dropped him off at. He said, man, what you doing? I said, I mean, I'm sure the Colombian guy don't talk that way, but in my head, anyways, he go like, what are you doing? So I'm looking to where we dropped that Peruvian girl off, right? And I guess he was doing a friend test to me, right? So he goes to the back of his room, like, okay, whatever he's doing. So I keep looking, and he comes back and he wrote, night. Anyways, he writes her number on the matchbook, right, and hands it to me, right? So he's looking to see what I'll do. Am I going to keep my friendship with him, or am I going to call this girl, right? Man, I called the girl right in front of him. And I was like, hey, what's happening, blah, blah, blah. But I respected him enough not to ask her out in front of him. Blah, blah, hey, you had a good time, blah. As soon as I got to work, I called her again. Boom, hey. And I figured she would say no if she already had a boyfriend, right? And sure enough, she didn't. I already knew she liked to dance. So our first date, I ended up taking her to Rick's Cafe, right? Well, she ends up knowing who the waiter is who's serving us. And I'm trying to get my mojo on. It's the first date, trying to get to know this girl. And then this guy's kind of flirting with, I'm like, man, what the hell, man? I'm trying to get to know this girl. So eventually, as I speed the story up, we eventually get engaged, right? And while we're engaged, this Colombian guy made everyone sound like I stole his woman, right? And so I looked at her, and then she confronted me. She's like, did you know this guy liked me before you asked me? I was like, hell yeah, I did. I'm like, I don't care. I go, how long did he know you before I came to the picture? She goes, oh, about 3 months. I said, how long did it take me to make a movie? Oh, just 2 days. I said, well, hell. I said, when you like something, right?
Yeah, right.
I mean, I don't mess around. And I go, you guys were never dating, right? She's like, nope. And then she promised him to go to a formal dance, right? And she goes, well, I got to keep my promise. I'm like, well, really? Are you sure? And so I was like, I agreed to it, but it drove me nuts. Here I'm engaged, and she's going to this formal dance. My mind's just racing because I know what I would do if I was on the other side. I'd be trying to get smooth, right? So, but I guess nothing happened.
Man.
And but when she came back from that, I said, you cannot promise anybody any more formal dances anymore.
So have you been to her country?
Oh yeah, man. My first time I went, I spent a whole month there. It was awesome. That's awesome.
What I did.
Yeah. And then I've been married
did.
Yeah, and I've been married to her for 30 years now.
Really?
Yeah, so
damn.
I mean, I look younger than my
Yeah.
I look Yeah. I look. Most people treat me like I'm 30 or 40, but I'm actually 50 something. So
Really?
yeah.
I thought you were like 40 something.
Yeah. A lot of people. Well, I work with a lot of
I'm going
people
to be
that are in their 30s.
44.
I work with a lot of people. If I shave this off, I look a lot younger. But
Yeah, if I shave,
yeah. But but I had to show my driver's license because these guys that I work with, they're all 30 or 40, right? And I
mhm.
actually had to show my driver's license, show them that I really am in my 50s. They're like, no, you're not.
Jeez.
But get this, my lady's 9 years older than me, and but she's got this
No.
olive complexion skin, right? So people either think we're the same age or that I'm 2 years older than her, and she's actually 9 years older than me, and she loves it.
Really?
Yeah, people, you can't tell. But I mean, she doesn't believe it when I tell her, but she believes it when other people tell her. Like she was hanging out with these one ladies that were actually her age,
Uh-huh.
and when she told them she was their age, they didn't believe her, and she showed her driver's license. So, yeah, then Asian girls
Wow.
really, their age hides well. So,
Even like when I went to when I met my girl, I met her at Dunkin' Donuts,
cool.
but we were talking, before, and I was like, I saw her at Dunkin' Donuts, started talking with her. She went back to the Philippines, and I'm like, I fell in love right then and there. Like
Right.
that first sight, I fell in love with her. I'm like, oh my God, like I need to really talk to her. And she's on the phone sleeping right now
Cool.
because she lives with her aunt in Connecticut. So we always sleep on the phone. If I'm not on the phone with her, I can't sleep.
Cool.
Like I can't sleep at all. So
That's
if she's
cool.
not on the phone, I can't sleep. And it sucks
That's
because
pretty
I want to
cool,
sleep. You know what I mean? Like, so we're
Right.
every single day since we've been talking, and it's been almost 6 years. Actually, this year will be 6 years.
Wow.
And we've been literally doing this for 6 years.
Wow.
Almost 6 years of being on the phone, falling asleep on the phone. We say, I love you, good night.
Oh,
And that's it. You know what I mean? And
That's
trust me
cool.
when I tell you, my first time out of the country was the Philippines. When I found out that she was Filipina, I was like, damn, I'm gonna need my passport. Damn, I'm gonna need I was already getting my passport ready. I was like, I'm going to the Philippines with you. And she was like, yeah, right. I don't think so. I was like, I'm going to the Philippines. And sure enough, we just went we went December, like before Christmas. It was like December 12th
cool.
of 2018.
Cool.
Came back January of 2019.
Cool.
So we were there for a whole month. I was in Hollywood for a whole month. Everybody was like, you really going out of the country? I was like, yep. I'm really going out of the country. Even my best friend, Frankie, that was up on here, he was like, yeah, right. You ain't going. I don't believe you're going.
Right.
All of a sudden, when I showed him the tickets, he was like, damn, you really going? Sure enough, a whole month, Philippines. And it was the best time of my life. And I love it. I love it.
My lady's talked about retiring in Peru, and I told her, if we're going to do that, make sure we're not too far from the ocean. Because anytime we were at the beach or the ocean, man, I didn't think about the States at all.
Yeah, like my girlfriend's family lives probably about not even 5 minutes away from the ocean.
Cool.
But me and my girlfriend bought land. I helped her pay for it,
Right.
a little bit of it, and 700 square meters. 700 square meters. It's a good little piece of land, and that is literally 2 minutes away from the beach.
Wow, that's cool.
So if you walk off the land, you look to the left, right? Probably about 1,000 feet. Actually, not even 1,000 feet. Probably about 500 feet is a big mansion. Like this house is huge.
Wow.
That's blocking our view, right?
Wow.
Behind it is the ocean right there.
Sweet.
So I'm like, Let's raise the land up to 4 feet. So if it rises up, like a foot or two, we don't have to worry about nothing. We'll be dry.
Yeah.
So
Peruvian
that's what we're
food's
gonna
really
do.
good too.
Yeah.
That's the other reason I don't mind retiring in Peru. The food's real. The people are real nice too, and the food's really good.
Oh man, people in the Philippines.
But I
They're
stick out
awesome.
like a sore thumb when I go to the outdoor markets.
Oh, I do too.
There's a lot of short Peruvians, and my wife and daughter have never had trouble finding a pale white boy in a sea of short Peruvians.
Oh, I mean, Philippine people are like short,
Oh my
and
god!
I'm a little bit taller than. I'm only 5'6".
Yeah,
So I stuck out like a sore thumb,
Yeah.
thumb, like because I'm a foreigner. So
Right.
I stuck out.
yeah.
And
Whenever we
everybody
go
was
to
like,
the outside markets, if there's something I really want to buy, I make sure that no one knows I like it, and I tell my wife, and I make sure I can't be around there so she gets the best price. Because
and that's how it is
like
in the Philippines.
they like
Yeah.
to barter, or they
Yeah.
like to
Oh, they're-
nag about the price. Yeah,
Trust me, I know.
yeah.
If it's
But that was fun because I don't get to do that in the States.
trust me,
I thought that was fun.
the people in the Philippines, they do it. The women in the Philippines, they do it.
Yeah, that's so
Especially
cool.
like being a foreigner and going there.
Mhm.
If a Filipino or a Filipina sees the foreigner there, some people are like the prices will be jacked up, but her, she is not having it. She's like, nope. Even like if we got in a tricycle to get a ride back to the house, it's 20 pesos. So it's like, it's nothing. And the guy tried to say like 70 pesos. My girlfriend was like, I knew it was supposed to be 20 pesos because it was not far.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, it's not 70 pesos. It's only 20 pesos. He's looked at me like, and my girlfriend was like, 20 pesos or nothing. Like,
Right.
he's like, okay, gave him
So
the 20 pesos. He brought us.
Cool.
I was like,
It's that way in Peru. But like I said, sometimes they'll hide me before they get a taxi. But sometimes
they do that too with me.
Well, sometimes we've waived taxis when they don't want to do it. They're like, "That's cool. There's plenty of taxis because there's always taxis running up and down in Peru, so you don't always have to take the first one."
Man,
But what's that? They got Lyft now in all the different countries now, so that's pretty cool.
Philippines got
What's the other one besides Lyft? Uber.
Hello?
Uber. That's the
Uber,
one I
yeah,
used.
Uber.
I used
was another
Uber when
one,
I was
too.
in Peru too.
really?
So that was pretty cool.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to think of
it drives. The bad thing about Lyft and Uber, it's driving some of the taxi companies nuts. Because they'll charge you outrageous prices, but some of the Uber and the Lyfts were more reasonable than the taxis.
Yeah. And they turn them off sometimes, and
It's wild.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. But I love it. That's why, like a lot of my, subscribers are Filipinos, or even, the husbands are the foreigners and the wives are the Filipinas.
Mhm.
So I love it.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love it. And now, like with you, now I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
I
I got a Peru connection. Maybe
No, I
I'll-
got
maybe
somebody
he'll show
else.
off-
I
maybe
could.
he'll show off Peru a little bit.
That would be awesome. That would
Yeah.
be crazy.
Yeah, Peru's got some cool places. It's got some pretty cool place. I need to go visit the Philippines because the Philippines looks pretty.
Oh, the Philippines, man, is awesome.
Looks like it's
I
got some
loved it.
gorgeous places.
Loved it. The views, like when you get off the airplane in Manila, that's your instant like shock. Like the heat will hit you, and you'll be like, "Wow!" And all of a sudden, it's just packed. Like before this whole CV and pandemic and everything.
Pandemic stuff.
And when I went, I thought I was going to have an anxiety attack
Because of all the people.
because I cannot be around a lot of people like really up on me, just like in New York. I can't really be in New York because there's just too many people around me where if I'm looking, that person, it's like I need to see everything. I'm looking around, making sure people's hands are where they're supposed to be.
Right.
Like, oh my God, it's bad. It's really bad. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, babe, I think I'm going to have an anxiety attack here.
Wow.
And she's like, oh, you're fine. You're fine. I'm like,
You're fine.
I'm like breaking a sweat, nervous because I'm out of the country.
Well, she looks like she belonged there. Of course, she's going to be fine.
Yeah, like she fit right in. And then all of a sudden we went to the next airport because we had to go from Manila to Iloilo. And that's like an hour and a half flight. And trust me when I tell you, I was like, oh, that's not bad at all. Okay, I could deal with that flight. When I got into, we got into Iloilo, we met the family, and I was thinking the brothers are going to be like taller than me, and I've seen them, on Skype and on the computer, webcam, everything. And I was always thinking that they were going to be bigger
tall.
than me.
Right.
And it was total opposite. I was bigger than them.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever.
Cool.
Like, you know what I mean? And I'm telling you, the views, the scenery. Actually, there's some videos that I have that are in the from the Philippines.
Cool.
Like my older videos.
They seem like they'd be cool at hospitality too.
They are. I couldn't do nothing.
Yeah.
I couldn't even hold a bag. If I held the bag, the brother would take it out of my hand.
Cool. That's cool.
They were not having me do anything. Just hold the baby.
That's pretty cool.
That was it.
That's
and
cool.
even some ladies came up to me and was like, "That's your baby?" I'm like, "No, no. Oh, you're not daddy?
You're not daddy. Are you going to be soon?
But honestly, I love the Philippines. I fell in love with it.
Right,
I was more excited to get the damn stamp on my passport. And when I did, I was like, yes.
Some of the American guys that are talking to the other Filipino channels, some of them are older American guys.
Yeah.
There's this one guy, he can't wait to start possibly looking for, I think he was going to build like an Airbnb place.
Mm-hmm.
So one American guy is already talking about that he wants to build an Airbnb place, possibly in maybe one of the favorite spots that he likes in the Philippines.
Telling you, anytime, let us know.
Cool, man.
Because trust me when I tell you, I have, if you heard of Nettie Greer, I call her my sister, Nettie Greer.
Right.
She has a place in Palawan. Beautiful. Yeah, you got to Google Palawan. Unbelievable. I heard it. I seen videos, pictures of Palawan. Oh my God. It is. I'm dying to go there.
How does the ocean water feel? Is it cold, warm? In Peru, it's cold.
It's not really cold and it's not hot. It's like, it's perfect because,
cool.
Outside it's 80 degrees humidity, 90 degrees humidity.
Right.
But man, the ocean is unbelievable. The water, beautiful.
There were some places I've swam in Mexico. The water was warm. Not as cold.
I even went to, hot springs. I went to 2 of them and best experience ever.
Oh, they had some hot springs in the Philippines?
Oh, yes.
Cool.
So I think the time we're going to go, hopefully by next year, I'm hoping. I want to go to, I want to see waterfalls. I want to see, that type of stuff. And I'm like on a mission. If I
Cool.
am able to go to Palawan, trust me, I'm gonna go.
Make sure you capture it, man.
Oh, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
it for sure.
Capture that stuff.
But like I said, man, we're even gonna try to meet up with hook up with our Mindoro Journey, Wallace Life.
Cool.
All of us meet up in the Philippines and just
Oh my God.
hang out and have a
that
good
would be
blast.
a crazy party.
Yeah, it'll be
That'd
awesome.
wild.
You
I
know
don't know
what I mean?
what I was thinking of, man. I was thinking if I ever created a studio, that I would invite different people that I ran into on YouTube and interview them.
Dude, it would be awesome.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
that's crazy, man.
And with now all of a sudden you telling me your wife is what she is, I'm like, that's another nice country that we could probably even
Go check out.
Yeah. Like I wanted to always go to, because I'm into Chinese art, Japanese, Chinese.
Cool.
I got my big dragon on my back as a tattoo. I got a geisha on my leg, koi fish on my leg. You know what I mean? Like I'm into that stuff. Cherry blossom on my leg. So it's like,
I would love to go to Japan. I just don't know which place I would hit first.
yeah, I wouldn't know. I think what would probably sink into my head would be I would only want to see like the trees, the bonsai trees and stuff like stupid things. You know what I mean? Like you would think you'd be like, what the hell you want to see a damn tree for? It's beautiful.
I like how they shell out extra money to take care of all the, like crafts swordsmen and all this other stuff that deal with craft antique stuff.
Yeah.
Or just traditional stuff that's only traditional to Japan. And they make sure these artisans have apprentices they will keep carrying it on.
Yeah, like with the knives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
cool.
that's a big thing with them too. I'm like, man.
Yeah. And they appreciate teachers too. That's the other thing I like about the Japanese.
Yeah.
They appreciate learning and they put teachers in high regard in Japan.
I don't know about, I only know, I don't know a lot about the Philippines, but my experience in the Philippines, I've heard, I was worried about the bullet, because that was the big thing over there in the Philippines. People having a bullet put in their luggage. So then the police would check their bag and you'd be like, there's the bullet. You know what I mean? Like,
wow.
There was that going on, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be a nervous wreck with watching my luggage.
That's the wrong YouTube video I want to make.
You know what I mean? Like I was nervous about it. People were, doing it like constantly.
Wow.
Doing videos of people having bullets in their luggage, and I'm like, oh my God, this is
crazy.
Good. And all of a sudden, when I went, there was the only thing that really happened with me was the lady for immigration at the counter that you go up to try to intimidate me. Like she was like, "Oh, what are you doing?
Why are you here?
Why are you going? What's your purpose?
Yeah, business or travel?"
I was like, I'm traveling.
Right.
Who are you here with? My girlfriend, right here.
Right.
But my girlfriend was at the next person.
Right.
So that's right next to me. I was like, yeah, that's my girlfriend right there. You want to talk to her? Oh, that's your girlfriend? Yes. Yeah. Like she was like trying to make me like look away from her.
Maybe she thought, oh, well, that's because she's probably very protective.
Yeah. So the lady was like, oh, really? Like trying to see if
and I bet that's why she took it down a notch, because then
when she saw her, she was like,
oh yeah,
okay. She stamped it. She was like, go ahead. I was like, yeah. That intimidation wasn't working.
Yeah. Well, Well, who knows? Maybe she was testing to see if you were traveling by yourself in the Philippines.
Yeah, that's what they do. Some people really try to intimidate you.
I would like to think there were some that still work there that don't. that don't want to do that. That once you want people to come to the, because I didn't experience any of that in Peru.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't experience none of that in Peru.
Wow.
I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but every experience I've had, it's been really super.
I was actually, I was really shocked. I was like,
yeah. And that almost kind of surprised me about the Philippine lady doing that. Kind of.
oh, trust me, there was a few, we went to the stores and, women started walking towards me.
Mm-hmm.
My girl was right there, like out of nowhere.
Right.
Stood right in front of me.
You're a walking lottery ticket, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
so
maybe not. Actually, that's terrible because I generalized. That may not be.
It's
the other thing. It could.
It's true
be,
though.
Well,
it's true.
It could be true for some, but for
Not
others,
all.
no. But I know. But for some, it could be. Hey, that's a handsome guy. Maybe I'll take a shot and introduce myself. I'm just saying. But
even the lady was like, "Oh, you need any help, sir?" And all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, my girl was right there. She was like, "No, thank you." Like, no,
I got him. That's all right.
He's okay. And I was like,
Right.
"Where the hell did you come from?" Like,
right.
But
That's pretty funny.
My girlfriend is, I call her my wife because I've been with her already almost 6 years. So it's like,
Right.
and people know her as my wife, and like, they're like, yeah, they know.
Pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Her family knows like where their boundaries are with me. They
Right.
know. Like,
Well, how long have you dated her now?
I've been with her almost 6 years. Actually,
yeah.
this October will be 6 years.
Yeah, you've been around long enough, so they definitely know. So that's cool.
And I met all the family, a lot of the friends, and they know they know where they stand.
Yeah.
Like her sister-in-laws could, come up to me, give me a hug.
Right.
But if it's one of the cousins,
she'd have to
not really.
know that. She probably would have to know that cousin really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'd be like, "Oh, this is my cousin." I'll be like, "Oh, nice meeting you."
Or they'd have to have that kind of relationship. So
yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool.
But my girlfriend, she watches. She watches.
Watches like hawk.
She watches. She'll watch.
But that's cool though, because that means she cares, man.
Yeah.
If she didn't, then yeah. Yeah, you want to. I like that. I mean,
I kind of like it,
Yeah.
but it's funny because like out of nowhere, I'm like, where the hell did you come from?
Where'd
Like,
you come from, man?
yeah.
Well, I'm happy for you, bro, and I can't wait till I see your next live, dude.
Yeah, man. I can't wait for you to do a live, and we'll hook up again.
I'm still learning more about it. For now, I'm having fun just rating other people's lives.
Well, we'll do it together then.
But when I rate it, I try not to rate it by myself. I try to rate it with either Brett or Song for Anna or Blessed Life.
Nice.
Yeah,
Well,
I try to
just
rate it
let
with
me
a group
know.
of
Just
people.
let me know when you see me. Be like,
Cool.
bam.
Well, yours was obvious. It was so cool, man. Like I said, I saw that cool little lighting of you. I said, and then so I clicked and listened to a little bit. Wow, man, he's talking about really cool lighting and how much he really likes his webcam. And I said, well, let me get in here. And so that was pretty cool. And like I said, I didn't even hesitate. Once you put that thing that said join the stream, I said, okay, actually, I couldn't find my headphones at first. And so at first I said, screw it, I'm going to join the live stream even without the headphones on. And then, of course, when the audience member asked for it, then I slipped in the headphones.
Yeah.
But well, I was afraid someone's going to beat me to it because I know there's only so many numbers that you can have up.
I could have up to 6, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
up
cool.
to 6.
Well, then I sweated it for no reason. Because it was so funny. I was like, I got to beat whoever's trying to beat me to the live. So
yeah.
So that was pretty fun.
I'm telling you, man. Like I said, tomorrow, later on, after, whatever.
Cool.
Trust me. Just if you're on, you see me, be like, Jay, I'm going to this channel. Follow me. Okay, I got you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, man.
We'll
vice versa. If
Yeah.
there's a channel you think I would really dig listening on, then just let me know as well.
Like I said, like Our Mendora Journey, Pacific Permaculture. He's got really some good stuff. Our Mindoro Journey. He has fun.
Yep.
You know, with his wife. They do guessing games, and you know, they have a good old time. He's a cop.
Cool.
And then when Joe and Jassy down in Georgia, if they're on our Mindoro Journeys channel, it just
Cool.
anything goes. It just goes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's like the older brother, you could say.
I can tell picture from everyone's live thumbnails that people are having a good time. One of your thumbnails looks like that. You can see a bunch of people on the panel.
Yeah.
And it
Oh,
looks,
yeah.
it looks
I
like
try to get, like,
it looks like you guys
TikTok
had a good. You could tell
We
that
have a
must
good
have been a
time.
good live.
Sometimes
session.
we have beers. We'll have a drink of beer or whatever. And
That's cool. But you
we
could tell in that
relax.
particular thumbnail you guys were having a good time, which was cool.
Oh, yeah. Trust me, it'll be like myself and then my girlfriend sitting right next to me.
Cool.
And be just drinking. And then all of a sudden my brother would pop up. And then all of a sudden our Mindoro Journey will pop up. Then there's somebody else that will pop up. And all of a sudden we're all just
Cool.
having a good.
Yeah.
We don't care about the conversation going in,
Right.
you know, the live chat. I mean, we do a little bit. But all of a sudden it's like.
And
just
and
pounding
what's wild is they're all really generous with each other. Like if
Yeah.
they notice someone in the comments wants to really come up, and if one of them really has to go do something anyways, they're like, "Hey, that's cool. Let this person come on up."
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I'm about
Yep.
to go do something anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So-
And if that ever happens, that's no big deal, Jay. Man, I could do that for you. So yeah, I don't mind doing stuff
Same
like that.
same is mutual, you know what I mean? Like that's how it is.
That's cool, man.
That's how I am. I'm a laid back type guy. You know what I mean? So
Well, I'm addicted to this live stream stuff, so I know I'm going to catch your thing tomorrow. I'm just being honest with myself.
yeah.
Yeah,
can check it out.
I'll definitely holler at you tomorrow, brother.
All right, brother.
Peace. Later,
Take
Gator.
care.
Take
Later.
care, man. Bye.
All right. Well, everybody, as you can see, I guess the webcam was a success. Didn't expect being on a live. It was only going to be a little testing 1, 2, 3, and it came out to being a hell of a lot better than what I expected. Everybody, please go shout out to Lone Wolf. Go check out his channel. Show him love and support as you do to me. And trust me when I tell you, I'm still blessed that I have great people here. And check out my boy Pacific Permaculture. Go check out his channel and everybody else's Our Mindoro Journey and J3, Joe Jenny Journey. Go check out everybody on the live chat. Show them love and support. And Pacific, let me know what you think about this webcam. Is it clear? Comes out good? You name it. And yeah, the time flies. My next live probably be tomorrow. We'll mess around with the camera again, the webcam, and get everybody on, promote some channels. We'll have some fun. Don't mind the mess because I made a mess. Cleaning my room, making it look better, 10 times better. But honestly, to Lone Wolf, thank you, brother, for stopping by and spending 2 hours and almost 20 minutes. Pacific, thank you, brother, as well. Really appreciate it. And everybody else who had stopped by, thank you so much. Love y'all for that. And let's keep it going. And like I said, if you are looking for a webcam, honestly, look at that. get that webcam right there. That is the webcam I'm using right now, and it is amazing. Actually, Pacific, I'm gonna finish watching that, and I enjoyed it. I did, and it's the same with me now. I'll check it all out, brother. I'll replay it, and yes, goes right into the USB port, and that's it. I there's no disc, no nothing. I literally just installed it. I connected the USB, came onto StreamYard. It said the name of the name brand of the webcam. Clicked on it. Yes, yes. Do you want to remember this? Yes. And all of a sudden, boom! I could adjust the lens. So if it's a little choppy, I could adjust the lens and everything. Man, there's a few channels that I go to. They do singing, and they can sing. So and some of them were actually here on this live. So hit them up, and trust me, they're great supporters and everything. So um, it's actually maybe my next live I'm gonna see if I could do a 4-hour live. We'll see if I could do another 4-hour live, and then you know, hit me up, let me know when you're doing a live. If I'm able to, you know, be there, I'll definitely be there, brother. You know me. And I'll bring some of my friends, and they can meet your friends, and we could all be friends and have a good old time, you know, switch it up a little bit. But like I said, what a hit. It's been 2 hours, 22 minutes, and literally almost 22 seconds. So 22 seconds right now. So everybody, God bless. I love y'all. Stay safe. I will see y'all tomorrow, and I'll be using my webcam again. I'm going to find my little stand to where I could attach it to the webcam and push out 2 videos, and possibly even a 3rd video will be in the makings. So everybody, peace, love, and happiness. Bye, everybody.